Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Sunday. And it's evening here in the UK for Yogi, but for some of you, you may have just woken up. And if that's the case, good morning, or maybe good afternoon. And whatever time zone you are, we're stitching together. So there's only one time zone for yogi time, and that's now. So, yes, today I'm so excited. I'm coming back to this piece, okay? So this is one of the 14 count stitching kits that I've got, and you're probably quite familiar with it by now. It's Grandma's craft shed, and it's created by an artist. Let me just show you the markup as I speak. By Steve Crisp, if I'm correct. Yes, and it's just adorable, and it's definitely one of my favorite images when it comes to stitching. And today, as it says on the title, I've only got one color to go with this area I've been working on for a little bit. Okay, and but there's a little catch there, and I'll show you. Okay, so this piece I started maybe about over 2 years ago, something like that. It was during COVID, and I got this piece from a company called Max Stitch Design, I believe, and they do some beautiful kits there, and this is one of them. I've got 4 projects from them, and they're really well put together and well charted as well. So absolutely I'm happy with the quality of the kits. So everything I've got today with me, they're from the company. It comes as a package. And let me just show you. So yesterday was a cat day, wasn't it? And the International Cat Day. And today is also Cat Day. Just like Dolly says, every day is Dolly Day. Every day is a cat day. But let me just show you my progress here and why I'm so excited about it. So this piece, I started roughly at the center. So at the center point, there are 2 pages, and I have been working page by page up to a certain point because I was working with which app was it? Markup RXP. So I was restricted to page by page for a little while, and now I'm free because I've got the pattern on Saga, so I can do whatever I want. And indeed, I have been doing whatever I wanted, and have been working on this area. Okay, this block here. And so I've been doing color completion from minimum to max. And finally, we're coming to the final color here. Okay. And so very, very excited. And let me just show you my progress so far. So currently, 12%, 12.6%. And I don't know whether we're going to go over 13%, but not unlikely. Okay, depends on how it goes today. And this project has got 52 solid colors, single colors, and 3 blended colors. So it's really interesting. And so not a huge number of colors here. So it's a very nice kind of easygoing stitching when you're, maybe I don't want to fiddle with 240 colors, and this project is just beautiful to stitch. And I'm going to start the sprint here. Okay, let's have a look. And right in front of you, I'm doing it. I have not forgotten. And coming back here, and I just want to say hello to you and greet you in this beautiful Sunday. And I hope you've been doing well. And I had a couple of morning classes. I really, really enjoyed this 10 o'clock Sunday morning, and it was great fun for me. Everybody was working so hard, and it's amazing. Sunday morning, before I became a teacher, I have to confess, I rarely get up that early in the morning, particularly on the Sunday, okay, to practice, because I was doing the Monday to Friday job, and Sunday for me was days to rest, really, to sleep, have a lie-in and sleep late. And but since I became a yoga teacher, I'm constantly amazed by the dedication of the students. They get up in the most ungodly hour and to practice. So I'm just so grateful. And I'm also grateful to you as well. Thank you for joining me today. And let's have a look. Who have I got here to join me with the Sunday stitching? We have Lona first to report to the chat. And Lona says, hello, Yogi and Stitchy friends. And absolutely beautiful smile there with Lona. Great to see you. And Sola as well. And says, hi, Yogi. Glad you could join us. Yes. And thank you for joining me as well. And Rajal, hello Rajal. Rajal has been traveling to Singapore, haven't you? Rajal says, hello everyone, arrived in Singapore and now hotel, and it's 13 past 3 a.m. Monday morning, and happy stitching for all of you on Sunday. Oh, so it's already tomorrow in Singapore, and 3:30 in the morning. What are you being awake? I think the jet lag is kicking in here. And Rajal, thank you for dropping to say hello. I hope you have a great time there. It's probably really, really hot over there, and so great to see you, and hope you can join us from time to time during your travel there. And Amanda, hello Amanda, beautiful. And Jana has come back to us as well. Welcome back. And let's have a look. Lefty, hello Lefty. And who else have we got? Andreas as well. Welcome back. And lovely Grace is also there as well, waving to the chat. And Scarlet Stitcher, welcome back. And Monique as well. Hello, hello, all my favorite people. And Samantha says, hi everyone, miss the stream yesterday, but I'm here today. Absolutely. And just join us whenever you can. And always great to see Samantha. And Gayla, hello Gayla. And Keza as well says, this pattern is cute. I know, it's adorable, isn't it? And I'm just never sick of looking at it, even though I've had it for quite a while. And Needles is also here as well. Hello, hello. And Busy Mom, hello. Can you stitch today, or do I have to stitch for you? It's Sunday, isn't it? And Susan, hello Susan. And Chivers as well. And we also have Scarlet Stitcher. Yes, I say hello to Scarlet Stitcher, I think. Yes, I did. And Tiger, hello Tiger. And you know what, let's start stitching, shall we? Because today, and I'll come back to say hello to all of you, okay? And I did say there's a catch, okay? Today, with the minimum to max, I have come to the last color. I think we did the end of last session, if you remember. And we're talking about this block here. Let me highlight this box here. So I've been working on it for a little while. Let me lock it, okay? And we came to the last color, which is very exciting, but there's a little catch there. I just want to show you the number of stitches here. If I show you over here, okay? It's a final color, but guys, it's got 682 stitches. I would love to finish this block today, but we're looking at 682 stitches. Single color, I know, no color changes, but look at the stitch count. So prediction, okay, prediction from the chat. What do you think? Do you think I can finish it today? Let's have a look. I'm not going to do a poll. You can just tell me, okay? And let's see who's correct at the end of the session. So yes, nearly 700 stitches waiting for me. But there's only really just this block, the final color. So who knows? Who knows if Yomari visits me today? There may be a possibility, but we don't know. That's the great fun, and we will find out. Okay, and so the final color here is 3047. 3047 is the star color today. Let me find it and show it to you. 3047 is this little one. It's slightly yellow, greenish yellow here. Okay, and luckily it's not, we're not talking about like pure white there. It will be more, challenging, but not too bad, not too bad. It is visible, right? Visible. And by finishing it, this block would be done. That is so wonderful. And this water feature here, water fountain here, will literally be done. Okay, so this is the last bit over here. So today, literally no color changes. I really don't need this this number of needles, do I? I only need one today, seriously. So yes, let's start, okay, and see how it goes. Let's have a look. So 3. Oh, Lona says you can do it. Thank you so much. Yes, I like to think so. But, in my mind, if you look at my average number of stitches, it is slightly iffy, isn't it? Or very iffy. Depends on how you look at it. So I'm going to take 2 long strands here, because really, this is all we need today. And this is what I love about this method. When you get to the last bit, it feels like the final sprint, even though this is a very long sprint. It could be. But let's see how far we can go with it today. And Michelle, hello Michelle, welcome. Great to see you. And Michelle is so happy, isn't it? Now she's got a chocolate button, the giant chocolate buttons. I need to get some more, seriously. And so let's have a look. And who else? Let me go back a little bit. And Tiger is here. Tiger says in the car on the way out of town for some sad times. Oh, I hope everything's okay. And she says, I do have my cross stitch though. Wonderful. Sending love to you. Okay, whatever it is. I hope everything's okay. And we are with you. We are with you. Sending love to you. Suki, hello Suki. Great to see you. And Love Drunk, welcome back. And says good evening, Yogi and chat. And good evening to you as well. And Monique says, so sorry, Tiger. Yes, don't know the circumstances. You don't have to share, but sending love to you. Okay, let me just zoom in here. So I'm going to start from this, the top there. Let me have a think, because it's quite spread out everywhere. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to warm up stitching this a little bit, but later on I'm going to start to fill in the loose ones over here. So at the end I've got like an open space here that I could enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little bit of warming up from this top bit right here. So join me and let me know what you are stitching today in this beautiful Sunday. And every day is just a beautiful day for stitching, isn't it? We're so lucky, we're able to sit here in peace and with these beautiful patterns and do what we love together and chat and share. And there are not that many things in life. It's better than that, wouldn't you say? Badil is also here as well. Hello, and great to see you. Lynn, lovely Lynn is here today. No injury from Molly, I hope. And Lynn says, hello everyone, Yogi and Cynthia. Yogi, getting hot again this week. I know. Today, last few days kind of cooled down a little bit. The bar is pretty high right now. If it's below 26, it's considered slightly cooler, which is very unusual. But today, it was nearly 30 degree again. But strangely, maybe the humidity is not as high. Today, actually, it's not feeling too bad today. I'm not sweating just yet, even though this morning everybody was sweating during my class. But at the moment, even though the temperature is not super low, but I'm feeling relatively cool. And so hopefully, yes, I think it's gonna get a little bit warm again before September. And Raja says, I miss you. Miss you too, Raja. Raja was always, the first to report to the chat. And we will be thinking of you. Scarlett says, I'm a sucker for the kitties. I love them. Yeah, me too. I think there's so many cat lovers and animal lovers in general. I love dogs as well. I don't have that, many patterns with dogs in it, but a lot of kitties, I'm going to do a bit of Danish because I can. And yes, this is 14 counts, by the way, and I'm stitching with 2 strands and using the threads. It came with the kit, which is Egyptian cotton, I believe. Really nice to stitch. Really nice to stitch. Oh, I think it's a little bit of dolly hair. Heather House. Hello, Heather. Happy Sunday indeed. And Rajal says, I'm for leaving on 11. Oh, okay. So you're going to be away for 11 days and then you will return to the US. Yes. I remember it was last year. Rajal also went away for like a month, wasn't it? To India. Busy Mom says, I'm not working, but I'm not stitching right now. I'm actually working in my sewing room, working on some machine embroidery. Machine embroidery? Is that a new thing? Have you got some sort of fancy sewing machines? I have seen some videos, okay? I learned everything from YouTube. On videos, they're computerized, really sort of advanced. Embroidery machines. You can literally just put sort of computer patterns and it will basically stitch for you. So, back in those days when everything has to be hand sewn for costumes and stuff like that, now they can just, have the pattern, digital pattern, and just the machine will just do it. Michelle, thank you so much. Michelle says, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Yogi Squad. Thank you so much, Michelle. Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining in, for the membership and support the channel. And also just, come and join me every day. Thank you so much. Really grateful. Lynn says, Yogi, send your work to Komari. She would do 600 stitches. Yes, she will probably do it's actually close to 700 stitches. She will probably do it in a couple of hours. I know. But this is so relaxing, just knowing that this is the only color I need. And everything I see here, I literally do not need to look at the pattern. I just need to be careful not to miss stitches. But these are, this is 14 counts. It's quite clear where I need to stitch. So it's so relaxing. I love it. You should give it a go. If you have Saga, do this, And the final colors are just so much fun. I love it. And 14 count is quite relaxing anyway. So, this is so good. And Clara, hello, Clara. Great to see you. Annie B says, Yogi and everyone. Great to see you again, Annie. And Susan's working on 9 p.m. by Carla Gera. Yes, beautiful piece. And Joni Baloney. Joni Baloney says hello, not stitching, putting floss on bobbins. Well, it has to be done, isn't it? But bobbins, yes. Some stitchers prefer bobbins rather than thread cuts. I used to do a lot of sort of bobbination when I was doing dimensions, but you know, dimensions kids, they don't have that many colors, so it wasn't too bad. But if you have 400, you know, 240 colors to go, then it's quite a lot of work. Nido is working on Mushroom Magic Side Quest. Mushroom Magic Side Quest. Is it non-full coverage? Lucy, hello. Lucy says, hello, Yogi and chat. Love this piece. Is one of my favorites. I'll be getting my threads in the mail within a few days. Can't wait to start my Caturday on Ada 14. Oh, you're going to love it. And we love your pattern. We saw it yesterday. The 3 cats peeking out of a door. Can't go wrong with that. And yes, I know the anticipation when you're waiting for kids to arrive. And it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. Mandy says hi to everyone. And Busy Moms referring to the machine embroidery. She says, I have it. A machine that can stitch for me. That is so handy, isn't it? So do you then design the patterns using a computer software and it would just do it for you? That is so handy. Is there a machine that can cross stitch for you? I wonder. It takes away all the fun. Samantha says, just bake 3 loaves of banana bread. Oh my God. I need a recipe, Samantha, because I have a lot of leftover banana bread. You know, I just had 1 banana just before the stream. It's when, you know, my banana obsession. But wonderful. Yes, I've been looking for a great banana bread recipe. That is vegan, hopefully. Or maybe it's not vegan, but I'm sure there are vegan versions out there. If I can have the recipe, I can probably work out the alternatives. I love to bake some banana bread. That's delicious. Yes, Scarlet, isn't it? Banana bread is so yummy. And banana bread, the ones I've had, most of them are so moist. Have you guys had coconut bread as well? Some bakeries, they do coconut bread, and that's gluten-free as well. So I think what they do is they use coconut flour to bake the bread. And they're so moist. But if you don't like coconut, you probably, you know, won't like it so much because it does have a little bit of a coconut flavor to it. Not too strong, but oh, so good. And the banana bread that I've had in the past, they're slightly cakey as well. They're not as bready as sliced bread, for instance, but really delicious. Yes, Tigers, I hope everything's well, and prayers to you and your family. Samantha says, I have a co-worker that doesn't bake, so I told her to bring me the ingredients and I would make it for her. Oh, is that why you're making 3 loaves? Oh, you should charge a few bobs from them, you know. There's a lot of work. But that's wonderful. It's wonderful, you know, cooking and baking. They're such great life skills, isn't it? Because just think about it, your co-workers, because they can't bake themselves or maybe haven't really tried, and they have to rely on someone else to bring them food. Because you know, cooking, particularly during COVID, a lot of people discover not being able to cook is such a disadvantage because, you know, someone else will have to do for you, or you know, a lot of people probably learn how to cook and bake for the first time in their lives. But it's such an important skill because you're able to feed yourself delicious food without having to rely on someone else. And being able to offer food that you cook or bake to other people is such a wonderful gift as well. You know, if you speak to anybody when they talk about their mom's cooking, it's such an emotional thing, isn't it? Or maybe dad's cooking as well. I shouldn't rule them out. It's a connection, isn't it? Samantha says this community is the best. Isn't that wonderful? And Tiger says it was scary to think about, but so easy to bake banana bread. I think baking for some people, it basically sends chills down their spine. They're so terrified because, you know, when they think about baked bread, they think about using yeast to proof the bread, and sometimes the bread doesn't rise, or sometimes you over bake it, it turns into like a block of rock. That happens too. That can happen, but a lot of baking is a lot more predictable. You know, it's not so precarious, and I think it's just a matter of, you know, giving it a go. And there are a lot of great recipes out there on the internet that you can find. No, baking is not scary. Baking, you just need to kind of not to get put off if it doesn't come out exactly as you expect, and, you know, just keep doing it, because a lot of baking is coming through experience as well. So you know what to adjust, what to do with the oven, because everybody's oven is different. So if it says, I don't know, 350 degree, that might come out differently for different ovens, because if ovens, they get older, they become less sufficient. So, you know, sometimes you need to readjust the temperature, etc. And different types of oven as well. It's a minefield. Samantha says it's not vegan, it has eggs. Yes, eggs are fine, because eggs, I can replace it with flexi, and their ingredients, they can be used as egg replacement. Andrea is just thinking about baking banana bread this evening. Yes, and I think the ingredients are probably quite simple. I'm trying to take a guess. You need banana, of course, and some type of flour, and as Samantha said, eggs or some sort of binder, and maybe some baking powder, I'm thinking, some salt, at least a couple of pinches of salt, some sugar. What else could go in there? It probably doesn't need yeast, right? It's probably more baking powder. I don't know. Do you need yeast for banana bread? Yes, Keza, just take it easy and just listen. Andrea says, my child like to have chocolate chips. And it's banana bread. Absolutely. Yeah, bananas and chocolate, they totally go together. But you know, bananas, I eat my bananas with coffee as well. Oh, it tastes so good with coffee. Everything tastes good with coffee. Hi, Lizzie. Sola's been shopping. Sola says, I ordered my all-wood 30-inch Millennium frame. Oh, those fancy wooden ones from Needle Needs yesterday. So looking forward to getting it. My is it Omanic frame is just too heavy because of the metal parts. I've heard of both actually. Yes, I'm slightly envious with the frames, but they're just not practical for me. But the wooden ones are so beautiful. I'm not crazy about the metal ones for the looks, but the wooden ones are so gorgeous. Lizzie, why is this shocking? Lizzie says, I'm going to shock the community. Dun, dun, dun. But I loathe banana bread. Oh, I misread it. I thought you said, I love banana bread. And I thought, well, that's not controversial at all. But yes, loathing banana bread is pretty shocking. Guys, cover your ears, okay? La, 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 la. Lizzie does not like banana bread. Lizzie, the question is, what do you love? Most things you don't love. Is there anything you love? What kind of bread do you like? I like to know. Favorite bread. And Mary Henry's hello says hi Yogi and everyone in chat. Yes, I'm actually not shocked anymore, Lizzie, because most things we love, Lizzie hates. So we just, if we want to figure out what Lizzie likes or dislike, we just reverse what we like and dislike. And that will be probably, the liking and disliking for Lizzie. It's very easy. Samantha says, I just posted the Pinterest link to the banana bread recipe I use. I did put dark chocolate chips in one of the loaves. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'll definitely have a look. Because with most regular baking recipes, I can probably work out how to turn it vegan. And I can also turn it into gluten-free baking as well. Lucy says, I'm going back to being a vegan. I had to stop for a few years. I was having stomach issues, but I'm happy and healthy now. So excited to being a vegan again, praying I can start liking kale. Lucy, right. So Lucy was a vegan before and stopped a few years ago. Right, because it didn't agree with the body. Yes, just take it easy. You can ease into it. You can start to cut off maybe dairy and meat. I don't know what your diet is like currently. But kale is delicious. A little bit of garlic, okay? Chopped garlic or sliced garlic and a lot of olive oil. And just give it a saute. And kale does require a little bit of cooking. So, you probably need to give it a few minutes until the kale leaves are softened. And it's so delicious. So delicious. Just a tiny pinch of salt. It doesn't need a lot of salt. Samantha says, kale chips. Yes, kale chips are delicious. Nutritional ease. Yes, Samantha, you know what you're talking about. Nutritional ease. It's got slightly cheesy flavor for those of you who are not familiar with it. It's very popular for vegans because it's, you can sprinkle a little bit and everything tastes a little bit cheesy and it's slightly salty as well. Yes, I like nutritional yeast. I put it in biscuits and bakings, baked goods. Susan, one of these days, I'm going to make you eat kale, okay? It's going to happen. Rachel 5288 says, "Hello Yogi and chat. How about having about to have a thunderstorm? May lose you guys. Oh, I hope not. So internet is a little bit shaky. Stay safe, okay? Stay indoor. Do not stand under a tree. Bad idea. Or anything metal. Yes. And stay safe." Alison says, "Evening, everyone. Working on my new start, rainy days." Yes, we need to pray for rainy days, Alison. It has not rained for a little bit. That's a perfect piece. Jeanine, hello, darling. Jeanine says, "Hello, Yogi and all." Great to see you, Jeanine. Are you stitching today? We're talking about banana bread. The Scarlet Stitcher says, "I see, I like bananas, but don't like fruit and chocolate together. I'm not sure why, because I like both." Interesting. So do you not like raspberries and chocolate together, or banana and chocolate together? A lot of fruits go well with chocolate, like, strawberries. Some fruits don't. I think citrus fruits is a little bit iffy. I know orange and chocolate is a thing, but I'm not keen on the idea. I like cherries, for instance, with chocolate. Banana is good. Strawberry is good. Raspberry is good. Watermelon isn't. I don't think watermelon goes with chocolate. I like them separately, but not together. Ginny says, "Why aren't we talking about kale already?" Because kale is beautiful. That's why we talk about beautiful things. I mean, you and Susan, okay, one of these days I'm going to lock both of you in a room and just feed you kale and nothing else. Oh, Lizzie does like certain cakes, baked goods, coffee and walnut cakes. Yes, that sounds lovely. I love coffee cakes. And Lizzie says, "My favorite bread is homemade brown bread. I also love seeded bread, malt loaf." Very, very grown up and very healthy. That's not true, Ginny. Ginny says kale requires about 2 hours of cooking. The branches, that's a lie. Do not spread rumors, okay? Kale does not take 2 hours to cook. You're turning it into a mush. Susan, you too? You're both grounded, okay? Bad-mouthing kale already. And Susan says kale needs a wood pulper. Oh dear. Lucy says, I always, referring to kale, I always steam and boil. Oh no, do not steam and boil. I probably would not like kale either. Saute them. It's so beautiful. And just give it a little bit of time. Because, for instance, with spinach and most vegetables, I probably wouldn't cook them for too long. But kale needs a little bit of cooking. Not till they're too soft, but, kale is quite robust. So, it takes a fair bit of cooking. And once that it's kind of, nice and tender, and it's just delicious. Do not listen to the doubters, okay? Sola says, "I love kale. I'm now a disciple. It's so buttery soft." And there are different types of kale as well. There's so many varieties. The most common ones is curly kale and the slightly straight ones, the dark green ones. But there are many sort of different varieties under different names. Lizzie says, I like calamari, but just don't want to stitch weird squid lady. Oh, I'm with you on that. Rachel Morton, good evening. Oh, wow, that's unusual for Starlet. She says, I don't like any kind of fruit with chocolate, not even strawberry chocolate or cherry chocolate. You like them separate. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, wow. Lizzie. Lizzie says I once put beetroot in a chocolate cake, and that was delicious. Well, beetroot is interesting. Beetroot, it's really hard to describe what beetroot tastes like. I love beetroot. I actually had some today in my salad, and it tastes very earthy, isn't it? It's got that grass kind of flavor, but it's very sort of slightly tricky if you want to describe the taste of beetroot. So if you blend it into a chocolate cake, it's probably not very obvious what it is when you taste it. Probably just a little bit of a earthiness, kind of grassy taste. I do like beetroot, and it's really good for you as well. Beetroot. All right, this bit is done. Dun dun dun. Yes, I'm gonna just mark them as I go so I know how many stitches I've got left. It's so relaxing to do. And I'm going to take 2 more strands. And my organizer is getting a little bit exciting here. Rachel says, I just got done on a treadmill with around 2.3 miles. Well done. And she says, going to feed the cats and shower. I'll be back. I hope all the kitties are doing well. All the little ones, I bet they're lively. Nido says, I just bought some chocolate that's sweetened with fruit. Yes, chocolate and fruits, not all fruits, but a lot of fruits, they go together. I'm not sure about mango though. Mango and chocolate, I've never tried. And mulberry, I don't know what mulberry should taste like. Oh, Susan loves coffee and walnut cake, and with a little bit of kale on the side. An avocado, how's that? And okay, I'm going to come down here and start to fill in these loose ones first. So just get them out of the way. So Oh, carrot cake is really good as well, with a bit of ginger, right? Fresh ginger. Monique says, I got some soft and taste carrot cake. Yes, carrot cakes I do like. Not all carrot cakes. I do not like carrot cakes that has no carrot taste in it. You know, sometimes you get carrot cake, you kind of go, well, what is this? It tastes like cake, like a cake, and it tastes fine, but there's no carrot flavor to it. I like ones that's, you know, you can taste carrot and ginger as well. It's just so heartwarming, isn't it? You just feel like, oh, all cozy with carrot cake. Some cakes just like that. Andrea says, I grow 7 types of kale, really, in your garden? Or are you a farmer? Wow, there's so many different types. Some names I can't even pronounce, but they're delicious because some of them are slightly purpley and much darker. There's one, I can't remember the name, kind of slightly crinkly and really delicious, really delicious. So there are different types of kale. So explore, you know, look up different types from your local shops. Janine, stop it. Janine says it's for rabbits. Oh, Janine. Where am I here? Oh, right here. The only thing I need to be mindful is not to miss stitches, particularly, you know, in an area like this. Maybe it's better to refer to my chart. Let me have a look. 1, 2, 3 here. And Lynn says, Yogi, Janine should come to my home and watch the cows eating kale. I love it. Are you drawing parallel between Janine and the cows? Right, Janine, off you go to the farm. Join the cows. The cows love kale. Ah, okay, Sola. Sola says, to me, beetroot tastes like raw potatoes. Didn't care for it. It's hard to describe. It's kind of earthy. It's definitely grown-ups taste. I'm not sure about kids. Do kids like beetroot? I wonder. The taste is very subtle, and sometimes, most of the times, they're kind of pickled, aren't they? Pickled with vinegar. But I like plain ones. I really enjoy the taste. So today I had some pre-cooked beetroots because cooking them from raw probably takes a long time. So I buy the pre-cooked ones. They're quite well done, and I just cut them up and put them in my salad. It's delicious, and it's naturally there's a little bit of sweetness to it, so you don't need to do much to it. Yes, carrot cake is yummy, isn't it? Samantha says, I decided to work on all seasons flower shop, and I was doing a parking method before, but decided to go cross country, and I'm off one row on one column. One row on one column. It doesn't sound too bad. Can you not forget? So one row, depending on how much you stitch beyond that. If you didn't spot it till much later, then you have a whole bunch of stitches off. A little bit like one of my projects, you know, no names. Lizzie doesn't like carrot cake either. Am I surprised? No. And pink butterfly, hello. Let me have a sip of my coffee here. Starlet says, I love carrot cake with the carrot. It's finely grated. I don't like it when the carrots are still giant strings. Texture thing, for sure. Yes, I think most of them, I've never eaten carrot cake that's got like giant, sort of really thick bits. Most of it. I think most of the carrot cakes I have, everything's kind of finely grated. You can probably taste a little bit of carrots, but I don't like the ones that totally blend in, that you don't even know what it is. And a little bit of, is it cinnamon that you add, or magnet, and ginger as well. Alex says, I'm late today. Yes, submit the full report. Okay, be here on time for the class. Great to see you, Alex. Yes, ginger and carrot cakes, they go together so well, particularly fresh ginger. I don't like ginger powder that much. On top of the carrot cake, you just grate a little bit of ginger on top, fresh ginger. Oh, so good. Yes, Sola. Some people do powder ginger, but I think the flavor is very different. Normally, I would add a little bit of fresh ginger inside the batter and sprinkle some on top as well as garnish. So it goes, you have that two different bits of flavor. One is baked and one is fresh. I would not use the ginger powder. I think it tastes totally different. Yes, Lizzie now is trying to back up her preferences with a British comedian. Who? Which one? And she says there's a British comedian who thinks like I do. Vegetables do not belong in cakes as far as we're both concerned. There are a lot of veggie based cakes. I'm trying to think. Maybe not that many. Carrot is one of them. What else? Technically, you can probably add any veggies. You can have spinach cakes. I don't know. Can you? I don't know. But I don't think there are that many veggies and cakes, like sweet ones. Janine says my mom makes zucchini cakes, not bread. It's delicious. You mean like sweet cakes? Because zucchini bread is savory, isn't it? Courgette. Can you turn it into sweet, like a dessert? But why? Why zucchini though? Why courgette? What does it bring to a cake? Daria, hello. She says, hello, Yogi and Stitchy friends. Happy Stitchy Day, indeed. Ah, good, Samantha. So you spotted it, so you don't need a frog. That's good. Lizzie, I'm with you with carrots as well. My favorite way of eating carrots, other than being a carrot cake, I like just raw carrot. I like the crunchiness. I rarely cook my carrots actually. Lucy says I've been researching eating dandelion flowers, leaves, and roots. The whole planting has healing benefits. I'm going to try that. Sauteed in garlic and olive oil. But where do you even get it? I've never seen it. I don't even know what dandelion flowers look like. That's very good. I bet it's probably got some sort of magic, sort of therapeutic benefit. I've never seen it around. Clara says no ginger. Uh-oh. I love ginger. Ginger has got a lot of healing benefits as well. Raw ginger in particular. Yes, I'm with you as well, Scarlett. Scarlett says, for carrot cake, carrots, I like to still see the carrot bits. The giant ones I don't like. I've never seen giant bits. Most of them probably grated, finely grated, but you can still see a little bit. Yes, I like to bite into the carrot bits as well, but not like big chunks, not like, entire wedge. Just stuff in the cakes, because the whole point is you blend the carrot in the cake, so you have the carrot taste. Wow, is it common to see dandelion plants in America? I've never seen it. I don't even know what it looks like. Pink Butterfly says here we eat carrots as what? As viand, and carrots with potatoes, and mayo as salad. I mean cooked carrots or raw? I mean in salad, yes, it's very common to have carrots in it. Andrea says, I've had sweet potato cakes. Yes, you can turn sweet potato into cake, into cakes as well. That's very good. That's probably another example of vegetables in cakes. I love sweet potatoes as well. I'm not keen on white potatoes because they're very bland. Sweet potatoes, I can just, bake the potatoes and just eat them like that. It's very sweet, very filling. Lizzie is so cynical. Yes. Janine says zucchini cake is very similar to carrot cake. Interesting, because courgette, zucchini is a lot more watery, isn't it? It's got higher water content. Carrots has less. So do you need to drain the liquid before you use it? And Joni Baloney says, I had donuts made from potatoes. Oh, you mean like white potatoes? Because potato flour is a thing, isn't it? But potato flour, I think, is probably used for very specific reasons, because potato flour is very starchy, kind of gooey. So the texture is very different. Oh, pumpkin pie, of course. Pumpkin pie is also a veggie cake. Yes, pumpkin pie. Samantha says, I need to frog a few stitches. Not 2,000. As long as it's not 2,000, it's good. Clara says he brings zucchini into cakes, breads, just like carrots do. Zucchini bread is a little bit different, isn't it? Because zucchini bread, I'm trying to think, isn't zucchini bread a little bit more like pancakes rather than bread? Or can you turn it into a loaf? Whoops, this stitch is looking a little bit iffy. Lynn says, Yogi, Molly loves the carrots. I bet Molly is a horse. Horse loves carrots. That's what it says in cartoons. I trust cartoons. Heather says, carrots and turnip are delicious mashed together. Oh, it's a mash. Yeah, I bet. Turnip. I'm trying to think. Are we talking about this white squash type thing? Because there's turnip, there's parsnip. Dandelion jelly is great, Andrea says. I don't even know what it's like. As in sweet jelly. Jelly is jam, isn't it? In America. Jeanine says you don't have dandelions in England. My mother digs them out of the yard. Dandelions are a weed. Well, I don't know whether we have them or not, but I've just never seen people eating it. I've never seen, the plants in the supermarket or anywhere. I don't even know what they look like. It sounds very exotic. Dandelion. Clara says, I love ginger in Chinese food and teas. Oh, ginger tea. Ginger tea is a thing, yes. I'm not sure about ginger tea. I probably wouldn't just drink ginger tea on its own. It's probably too strong for me. But I like ginger in stir fries and stuff like that. The fresh ginger is just so great, isn't it? Alison says dandelions are weeds. You will probably pass them every day. I wouldn't eat them, as we call them bean beds. I never even thought about it. I don't think we walk past them every day in London. I don't believe so. We have some weed. Maybe some parts that, you actually, in areas, they actually have wild sort of plants out there. Not in London. London, we have some random trees. That's about it. Peas in bed. Peeler beds. There you go, Janine. Yes, for me, if you talk about like a dandelion, whatever, I'll probably think about it more like herbs, some sort of therapeutic, thingy, like medicine or something. Clara says, I love carrots in homemade soups where you can still get the carrot taste. I know when it comes to soups, the great thing about homemade soup is you can make the bits very chunky. Because a lot of soups that you buy, or if you go to restaurants, unless they tell you it's a chunky soup, a lot of time it's kind of just liquidized vegetables. And I much prefer soups that's got bits in it. So, and it's so easy to make, isn't it? You just have a blender, like a handheld blender, and you just blitz vegetables with broth, with stock. And you've got chunky vegetables. And Lucy says most people consider dandelion a weed and spray to kill it on their lawns. We have it in our local grocery stores, and I'm going to grow it in my raised garden bed. Oh, right. Yes, I know dandelion, the fluffy bits, that I don't know whether it's sort of flower and stuff like that. It's, I know what it look like. But the plants themselves, like the leaves, etc., I have no idea what it look like. And I can't remember the last time I actually have seen dandelion anywhere in the wild. Not in Hyde Park. Or maybe there's some in Hyde Park. I don't know. Oh, Solar has dandelion everywhere. Can you eat them? Or, because if they're sprayed with chemicals, it's probably not good. Lizzie says, oh, wives' tale. You pick dandelions and you pee in a bed. What? So if you pick the plant, you pee in the bed. And And Lizzie says, I picked all the time as a child. I never peed in my bed. Right. So, who knows? Why would they say that, though? That's very interesting. Exactly, Janine. I wonder why they, where it came from. Jojo, hello. Jojo says, hi, Yogi. Sorry I'm late. Jojo, submit the full report, okay? Make it convincing. And Jojo says, received a notice to pick up my floss hanger order. Just arrived home. Oh, okay then. You're forgiven. You're picking up your supplies. And welcome. How exciting. You've got the floss hanger. Did you get one of those things that you can hang your floss in a box? That type of hanger. I'm going to make one for my CXC. I've been talking about it for months now. Heather House says, dandelion grow everywhere in Canada, and people consider them to be weed, and are constantly pulling them out of their lawns. So what qualifies a weed? Is it because they just grow everywhere very easily? I mean, we tend not to cherish plants. They just grow too easily. But dandelion, the flower bits, is quite pretty, isn't it? The fluffy bit. What's in the bed? Scarlett says, you're going to make me go grab some chocolate cake from the fridge. I've been good and not touched for 2 days. Yes, blame the chat, okay? Samantha says you can make zucchini sweet bread loaves. Oh, bread, but sweet. So is it more like a cake? Just sweet bread. Interesting concept. Janine says zucchini bread is very much like banana bread in a loaf tin. Because banana bread, yes, banana bread is actually sweet, isn't it? That's very true. Because in my brain, when I think about bread, I tend to think about savory bread. But yes, very true. Banana bread is sweet. And also coconut bread, I was talking about earlier on, there's slight sweetness as well. So zucchini bread is the same. I must try it. I never tried it. I've done zucchini, zucchini what? I've done zucchini bread. Yes, I think what I did was actually more like zucchini, little pancakes. But I think the recipe labeled it as zucchini bread. It was more like pancakes, like a small, sort of little round bread. Yeah, that sounds nice. Zucchini bread and banana bread. So they're both sweet. Lynn says, Yogi, lavender scones are very nice. Oh, that sounds very, very sophisticated. Lavender, like eating lavender. I know some people do that. I'm trying to think what recipe with that. I think people put lavender in cooking. I've never had it, but lavender is very strong, isn't it? So lavender is like, is it fresh lavender or dried lavender? Because lavender sometimes is very overpowering, even as fragrance. So in scones, wow. Does it taste good? Ginny says, horses love beer too. Really? So Molly gets drunk every night. That's why she got, aggressive. She's a bad drunk. She attacks people when she's pissed. I learned everything from cartoons. Ah, okay. Heather says turnip, also called rutabagas. I think there's another name over here because I remember talking to someone about this before, the terminology. Because turnip over here is a green, kind of round green thingy. And there are a couple of different types. They're not, you can get them in a supermarket, but I don't think they're the most popular vegetables in the supermarket. You see them from time to time, but all right, let me end this one here. I have bought one. Maybe it was turnip. I'm not sure. It's slightly, well, not crunchy, but quite firm flesh. And you can slice them, and saute them or bake them or roast them rather. Ah, yes, Sola. We had this discussion before between jam, jelly, and what? Jello. And preserves. Yes. I think one with bits, one without, or something like that. I don't know. Grace says jalapeno jelly is so good. I've never tried that. I like jalapeno, the pickled, you know. All right. 2 more strands. This is like meditation. I just keep going. I don't have to think. Mandy Moran says, we do have dandelions in the UK. I bet that they're probably around. It's just in London. Well, maybe I just don't notice because, you when you go to parks or commons, mostly just see some green grass and some trees. I never try to sort of sit down and look into, what plants they are. But I don't remember seeing a dandelion in parks. I bet they're probably around. And Lynn says turnip and carrots are nice mash with butter and black pepper. I bet carrots probably, grated carrots probably work well mashed with cauliflower as well. Cauliflower mash is really delicious as well. I like it. Samantha says, put jalapeno jelly on a block of cream cheese and eat it on crackers. So jalapeno jelly. So jelly is what? Jam is ones with bits. jelly is the one just clear, sort of jelly bits. I don't know, something like that, right? Susan says, of course, we have dandelions in the UK, but do people eat them though? Do you eat dandelion thingy? I don't know. I've never heard of people eating it. Heather says, my father-in-law made dandelion wine. So good. There you go. There's one, great usage of dandelion. If you have, like overgrown dandelion, just turn them into wine. Is it drinkable though? Lizzie says dandelions are yellow flower weeds. Because dandelion that I know of is that fluffy bits, like really pretty. So it's got yellow flower grown on lawns before they die, and the petals turn into soft white feathers. Yes, that's the bit. So that's before they die? That is so sad. I thought they're flowers. Because that's all I know about dandelions, that fluffy fur ball looking thing. Right, yes. Janine says dandelions have yellow flowers turn into white puff balls of seeds. So there are seeds, those fluffy bits, and they fly around, don't they? Janine says the wind blows all the seeds around and you get millions more dandelions. That's beautiful. So those, the fluffy bits, they're actually seeds. They fly everywhere. Can you eat the fluffy bits? Janine says sometimes in the early summer it looks like it's snowing, but it's millions dandelion seeds. Oh, that sounds romantic and beautiful. It sounds like a scene from a movie. Susan's posted a couple of pics of dandelion. I think I know what they look like, the fluffy bits, but I never thought about what the flowers or the plants look like. Let's have a quick look. Yes, I'm pretty sure because I have seen stitching patterns with dandelion. So it's quite no. Oh, really? Hang on. So the flowers actually look like this. I definitely don't recognize, but this I do. So the yellow flowers turn into this. So what happened to all the petals? They just, all the petals just fall off, and then they turn into a fur ball, and they just fly everywhere. That's beautiful. What a beautiful plants. Do not call them weed, okay? It's banned. Do not call dandelion weeds. It's very, very, very beautiful. Look at that. Yes, I know this bit, but I didn't know they were, they were like this. And I have no idea what the plants look like. But that's very pretty as well, the yellow flower. Thank you so much, Susan. I'm learning so much every day. And I do not notice yellow flowers on, in London anywhere. So it's a little bit limited when it comes to plants over here. I'm sure if you go to some sort of, cute garden or something, you probably see everything. But so they're edible. Then it's a fantastic plant. It shouldn't be weed. They should harvest them and turn them into useful things. Janine doesn't like anything green, let's face it, okay? And Lynn says, Yogi, I can never understand how a homegrown cucumber is nothing like a supermarket one. The shape, really? So if you grow cucumbers at home, what shape do they take? Do they look like tomatoes? Or do they turn into bananas? The cucumbers, I'm sure, in the supermarket, they're probably selected because they're all really straight. Every single one of them is super straight. And if you get the mini cucumbers, they're slightly curved, but not that much. But the large ones, they're all super straight. Safe driving, Ginny. No texting while driving. Stargazer, hello. She says, hello, friends. I finally made it back. I missed you. Crazy past couple of weeks. Work, 2 weeks of marching band practices yourself. Oh, amazing. And my one and only senior in high school this year. Oh, so, okay. So the child or is doing marching band, not yourself. Or are you? Yes. And great to see you. Where am I? I shouldn't be asking that with this pattern, but I don't know where I am. Am I here? Oh, here. I've got it. Jojo says, I have lots of dandelions. We just keep the grass mown to prevent them from flowering. I don't like to spray fertilizers due to impact. Just harvest them and turn them into wine or something. Tea? Can you have dandelion tea? Sounds like a very useful plant. No, you're kidding, Heather. Heather says in French, dandelion is called pissenlit. I tried. And Heather says it literally means wet, le bed. Really? That's what dandelion is. Because dandelion sounds so romantic, It's dandy, lion, and it means, pee in the bed. Pee in bed. Oh dear. I kind of wish I didn't know. Okay, I'm going to take care of the loose ones at the bottom here before I move on to the open area. Jojo says the floss hangers are to hang in a file cabinet or box, pre-numbered for DMC. Oh, very nice. So you don't have to write the numbers yourself. Yes, it's nice to have it organized because these things, very often, you only need to do it like once forever, You don't have to repeat that process. But once you have it organized, things are just so much easier. A little bit like master set. You know, when you put it together, it takes some effort. But once it's done, you're sorted. Rachel Morton says, eating lavender, that would taste like soap. That's how I imagine it. Because lavender is so strong, even just the fragrance sometimes a little bit, overwhelming. So if I blended my own essential oil, I only put like, very modest amount of lavender because it takes over everything else. So eating it, I can't really imagine eating lavender. It will probably be quite strong. Andrea says, I like lavender and blackberry scones. Oh, it's a thing, is it? And Pink Butterfly is asking, does anyone use black or dark color Ada? And do you grid it? Oh, good question. If so, what pen or ways to do it? Very good question, isn't it? I have no experience stitching dark fabric, so over to chat. How do you grid it? What pens do you use? Lynn says the lavender scones we had at a lavender farm in Norfolk. Really? That sounds lovely, though. I'm not sure. Well, maybe if they just put a little bit, right? And very subtle, maybe it tastes really interesting. But I can imagine if you overdo it, it's quite powerful, overpowering. Alison says turnips are sweets in neeps or nips. Yes, sweets, yes, over here. And Scotland. I think there's another name, or maybe it's a different kind. I've seen one that's got the green skin they have to, remove. And in the middle, it's slightly crunchy. It's got a different name, but I can't remember the name. They all have really weird names. And Alison says they're so solid as kids that we use at Halloween instead of pumpkins, really. But they're not as big, though. They tend to be kind of a melon size. Amanda says, yes, yes, Yogi, jelly is clear. Jam has bits. Preserve is more like preserve chunks and jelly jam. Yes, I think preserve, I always thought maybe it's slightly posher version of jam. You've got more fruit bits in it. But jam is just jam over there. I'm not sure about the clear jelly ones. Can you even get it over here? I've never had it because all the jam I ever have has, they kind of, they have bits inside. It's just a matter of concentration. Oh, Samantha says, I love homemade dandelion wine. So what makes wine? Because I thought wine involves grapes. Does it not have to involve grapes? So you can make wine out of anything. Can you have kale wine? What qualifies something as wine? Is it just fermented? Because wine for me is kind of grape-based. Or do you add it on top of grapes? Amanda says dandelion greens are a thing too to eat. I've never seen dandelion anything anywhere. Maybe herbal remedies. I'm sure you can probably find something, but not like, fresh plants. I've never seen it. Rachel Morton says I have dandelion tea as well. I can imagine maybe dandelion tea or some sort of herbal remedy. You can probably see the plants in there. Lynn says, Yogi, I have what? A nasturtium flowers? What are they? What do they look like? And leaves in a salad. You mean like eating raw? What's nasturtium flowers look like? Lynn, I'm not well versed in in nature related things like flower plants. Well, I know my regular plants, but flowers, I have no idea. But that sounds nice. Some people have flowers in their salad, don't they? I'm not keen on the idea because unless they're grown specifically for that, it's going to be a lot of chemicals. Oh, I had a friend, okay? I had a friend years ago. We went to a restaurant, and this lady just, in a restaurant, sometimes they have like some flowers in a vase or something as decoration. This girl literally just sat down, and I think there are a couple of roses, on the table there as decoration. She just started eating the petals of the flowers, of the roses. I think they're roses, like red roses. And I was like, what on earth are you doing? And she goes, yes, you can eat flowers. And I say, darling, yes, you could technically, but these are not grown for eating. It's probably got like all sort of pesticides and chemicals sprayed all over it. And she was just eating them like they're some sort of health, health food like salad or something. Oh, that was very strange. Alex says, my new kit threads are too short for loop start. It's very annoying. Oh, that's why, yes. If you want to do loop start, which means you're probably stitching with 2 strands, right? I double my length. Well, not quite double, but much longer than my single strand floss. My DMC, generally, I use them for single strand stitching, so they're cut shorter. But for this one, for instance, for threads that I use for 2 strand stitching, for my CXC as well, I cut them much longer, so you can fold it in 2. Yes, I don't like my threads too short. I'm very annoying. I love pulling threads of the fabric. This is my joy. This is what I enjoy when it comes to stitching. I like my threads quite long. Oh, this is good. And listen to the sound as well. Right, so for the fluffy bits, the fluff ball in dandelion is not edible. But I would think if the fluffy bits, the fluff balls, there's seeds and everything, it's probably got most nutrition, like all the good stuff is probably in those bits. Maybe you can turn them into tea or something. Alison says we keep some in our garden, probably referring to dandelion. She says, as our tortoise can eat them. Is that what they eat? Are they vegetarians? Tortoise. Susan says, my dad used to say a weed is just a flower in the wrong place. And it doesn't have to be flower, isn't it? Is that anything? Maybe just a plant growing in the wrong place. That's very true, because intrinsically, there's no such a thing as a weed, is there? It's just people, if you're annoyed of certain plants, it's a weed for you. Just like pests. When people called, squirrels a pest, I'm like, who are you calling pests? If you don't like them, that's a pest for you. Or pigeons, no. Jojo says, Yogi, multiply that one dandelion seed pod by 1,000,000. It's not as beautiful covering your clothes and pets. Oh, really? Because they fly everywhere. But it's a little bit like plant snow, isn't it? It's just so romantic to me. Not only happens to me, I'm pretty sure. So they go all over your clothes and pets. I'm just trying to imagine, Dolly having dandelion covered all over her. It would be so cute. And Sola says the cucumber we grew look and taste just like the ones in the supermarket. Well, there you go. Oh, sorry, I'm so behind in the chat. But so Lynn, maybe it's your cucumbers. So are they supposed to be straight though, or maybe it depends on the type of cucumbers? Because those ones in the supermarket, they're super straight. They all look identical. See you later, Lizzie. Good night, 99. Annie B says, the project is really beautiful. How far along are you? I would love to see the whole thing if possible. Yes, Annie, this is, I can zoom out a little bit for you, okay? So this is where I am right now. Let me zoom back a little bit for Annie. So where I am right now is toward the center. I can bring up the iPad for you so you can have a look. So when everything's zoomed in, you don't know what I'm doing, are you? So let me just turn this on. Can you see that? So I'm at where the water feature, the water fountain is. And on the left here, there's a little vase with flowers and a greeting card there. That's where I am. So I started from the center and just moved left and right, depending on where I want to go. And currently I'm around here, if that makes sense. And I'm going to, my iPad is not moving. I'm just talking to myself. Hang on, let me reconnect. Trying to show this, and my iPad is not working with me. All right, here, can you see that? And if I undo it, you can see that's where I'm working on this little box here. So this box. So I'm working on the left side of the water feature here and bit of the flower, the vase there. Can you see that? There. Does that make sense? In the middle, yes. And I'm doing my final color in this block, this box. Lona says, actually, you can have dandelion tea. I can imagine that. I think a lot of plants probably can be turned into tea. Heather says ginger tea is very good for upset stomach. I've heard that, yes. Right, regarding to gridding dark fabric, you can use chalk pen or pencil for dark fabric, Needle says. Amanda says they're white fabric marking pens and chalk pencils to mark dark fabric. And do they stay on the fabric? Or do you have to kind of fix it, like redraw it every time? Because chalk based, sometimes the lines don't stay as long. Heather says, when I was working, someone ordered chocolate wedding cake with lavender. They loved it, not for me. Did it taste very strong? I can imagine if it's too overpowering, it's quite off-putting, isn't it? That's a problem. Let me just move forward a little bit. Jojo says there's a white friction. Is it friction or free zone? Free zone pen. Ah, Jojo. Yes, that might be the one. Jojo says it's the green skin. Kohlrabi. Yes, some weird name I remember, and I just couldn't remember the name. Yes, I think that might be the one I was thinking about. I can see them around, and from time to time, and I buy them sometimes, and I turn them into little, not pickles, but I sprinkle some salt and vinegar and just have them as kind of a salad type of thing. It's quite nice, but I don't see them very often. I think Kohlrabi might be the name. Yes, I remember the name was so weird. I just couldn't remember. And it's got quite thick green skin that you have to remove, but the flesh is quite watery and quite firm. It's actually very nice. It's like a firm, really firm version of cucumber. Sola says any alcohol is made from byproduct of the yeast, beer, wine. Yes, I'm just wondering, because wine for me is kind of grape based. I'm just thinking whether there's any technical definition of what wine's supposed to, be. Alison says pumpkins weren't a thing when I was young, and turnips are purple skinned at top. Turnips are it's got purple skin at top, fading down to the greenish. Has it got purple bits? Right, so it looks like a pumpkin. That's really creative, though. I think pumpkins, mostly in this country, it's all Halloween related. Normally, you don't see pumpkins at all, and not many dishes are made with pumpkins. I think it's American import, isn't it? Heather House says, my father-in-law made wine from parsnips, beets, and raspberries without grapes. Interesting. So we can call anything wine, kale wine. I bet if you turn kale into wine, it's delicious. I think anything alcoholic can be delicious. If you think about, vodka, it tastes terrible, but people like to drink it because it's alcoholic. So does that mean that literally everything, all plants, can be turned into alcohol? That's very handy. Yes, vodka is made with potatoes, isn't it? So you can literally turn any plants into alcohol. Lynn says, Yogi, I think I'll stick to my cheese straws. That's a safe bet, isn't it? And Alison says it depends on the species of tortoise. I have Russian, horse-filled, and they only eat weeds and flowers. That's perfect. So, yes. So instead of weeding dandelion, just have a tortoise. They just eat everything for you, and you have a very happy tortoise. Perfect. Haha. Heather House says squirrels are sometimes called tree rats here. Oh, how dare them. There was nothing wrong with rats, intrinsically. And yes, pigeons over here as well. Some people call them flying rats. I mean, rats really have really bad raps over here. Poor rats. They're just minding their own business. Heather House says the long straight cucumbers are known as English cucumber, and short fat ones are filled cucumbers. Really? So the straight ones are supposed to be straight. I always had a suspicion they did something to it to make it straight, because at the supermarket, a lot of vegetables, if you grow them naturally, they don't look anything like what you see in the supermarket, because they want to make everything really uniformed and pretty. And I'm sure they're plants. They probably weed out all the other ones. They don't fit the shape, and to make everything pretty. So there are cucumbers supposed to be straight, because the little ones, the mini ones, really crunchy ones I like, they're slightly curvy. You're welcome, Annie. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's so sweet. Monique says, and it's good for pneumonia too. Are we talking about a dandelion? And she says, I had to drink ginger tea. Oh, for ginger tea we're talking about. So I had to drink ginger tea, very spicy and not very good. Yes, I think, I have seen people making ginger tea with fresh ginger, literally just a couple of slices of fresh ginger, pop in the hot water. That I can imagine probably tastes better. But I have had, in a tea bag, ginger tea. I don't know what ginger, they probably used ginger powder or something. It didn't taste very good to me. It's just a bit too much. I think fresh ginger tea, might be nice. Amanda says lavender always tastes like old lady's perfume to me. It's got a little bit of that reputation, doesn't it? It's like, you know. Chamomile tea is nice. Yes, chamomile tea. But I have to be very careful because if I have chamomile tea, I find it very hard to wake up the next morning. I get a little bit drowsy. But sometimes if I go on airplanes and if I, you know, I always ask for chamomile because it helps me to just get some sleep. Sola says, I'm not sure about wine, but if you notice, you will see most beer breweries will be located next to a bakery. Really? And she says, our brewery is located next to Mr. Bart's bread factory. Oh, do you think they can produce yeast for the bakery? That's an interesting observation. Maybe they work together. And Betty says roast the pumpkin seeds. Yes, pumpkin seeds is a thing, isn't it? My squirrels love it. I love them. I love them. And squirrels love the pumpkin seeds and flowers, sunflower seeds as well. They prefer nuts, but you know, if I offer seeds, they do eat them. Right, so it's the yeast that produces alcohol. So anything, if you add yeast, it turns into alcohol. But it's interesting. Can you turn animal products into wine? I'm not talking about snake wine. I'm not talking about dropping the entire snake or some sort of lizard wine, you know, some weird alcohol like that. I mean, literally producing. Can you make cheese wine? I don't know. Or does it have to be plants? Chocolate time. Sorry, I totally missed that because I'm slightly behind the chat here. Not too bad, not too bad. Yes, chocolate time indeed. Let's have some chocolate. Can you make chocolate wine? I wonder. Chocolate is a plant, cacao. Let me just do these ones. I have no idea how many stitches I made so far. So vodka is made from potatoes. What about tequila? What's tequila made of? Heather says vodka is made from potatoes. Beer is made from wheat or barley or malt. And anything that was cement can become drink of alcohol. In Hawaii, they make wonderful wine from pineapples. Of course, it's Hawaii. Not me, okay? Heather mentioned the P word. I did not. It wasn't me today, okay? Pineapple wine, guys, what do you think? Lynn says, Yogi, I had apple and raisin wine and went home in a wheelbarrow. Went home in a wheelbarrow. Who was pushing it? Yes, could not walk. Wow. Does that mean they're so delicious? You know, sweet wines, you know, wine that tastes like juice is really, really dangerous. That's why cocktails are so dangerous, because you feel like you're drinking some sort of, sweet treat. And what is raisin wine? Because wine is made of grapes. Raisin, they're dry grapes. So they're wines that are made of dry grapes. Is that what it is? Oh, it's profound. Let me zoom out here so you can see what's happening here. Look, have a look. This is the water fountain at the right side. This is the greeting card here. Can you see it? And this is part of the vase there. Let's have some chocolate. Let's take a break. I'm so enjoying this because I don't have to refer to the chart at all. I just go wherever I want. Here's chocolate time here, guys. Let's have a little bit of break. I need my coffee. And Scarlett says, referring to supermarket, she says, I think they take out the ugly veggies and use them in animal food or something. Yes, I think it's kind of, sanitized, our understanding of what plants should look like, natural plants, that they're not always pretty and clean and, whatever. But if you go to the supermarket, everything's uniform. How dare you call them ugly ones? They're natural beauty, okay? Sola says, Yogi, British drink ginger beer, right? It's an alcoholic drink. No, well, I'm not that familiar with ginger beer. I know ginger ale. Ginger ale is not alcoholic. Ginger ale is just very sweet ginger drink. Ale is supposed to be alcoholic, but it's not. Ginger beer, I have no idea. I think, is it just ginger flavored beer? I don't know if it's a thing. Right, so Susan says yes. I'm not familiar with ginger beer, but I know ginger ale is being drank. Can ginger ale be alcoholic as well? Because normally it's just very sweet, kind of syrupy drinks, and slightly fizzy as well. Okay then, my chocolate. What am I having? I've got some leftover chocolate, okay? My chocolate situation is appalling right now. Sincere apologies. I've got some leftover blocks that I've got here that I'm going to have. I need to sort out my chocolate supply here. But today, I'm going to stick with my mysterious leftover chocolate. Cheers, everyone. But it's still delicious. Right, so it's a thing. Brewery and bakery, they collab. Very nice. Andrea says tequila is made from agave plant. I have no idea what it is. What's agave? I probably butcher that name as well. Yes, I always wonder, because I know vodka was made is made with potato. And also I learned, from the earlier days that I started drinking alcohol, I was told that because of the concentration, alcohol concentration. Sorry, I've got chocolate in my mouth. Oh no! What did I just do? Guys, look away, look away. I am going to sort out the situation, okay? I don't know what to do. There. It's happened again. Oh no. Yes, I need to do something about it. I've got a little piece of tissue here. Let me see if I can remove it. Oh, thank God. This is full coverage piece, okay? And this is unstitched area. So, yes, brand new chocolate stains on my fabric here. All right, yes. It marks the occasion. Okay, you will remember today and remember where these two stains are coming from. Yes, I was talking about vodka, and Monique. I know, I did it again. I've been so careful. I've been so careful. Close the eyes, close your Wu-Jai breaths with yogi. Okay, it's going to be okay. Sola says, do you have any club soda? I think it's American thing. Club soda. What is club soda? I've heard it in movies, in sitcoms. What is club soda? I think it may be a American thing. Lynn says, come on, you Mari, go. I know. I need to mark them as well so I know how many stitches I've got left. But it's a little bit tricky. I won't mark them when I finish all the bits in the middle here. And, Heather says, tequila is made from cactus. So that thing that you just mentioned, is agave plant. It's cactus, is it? It kind of fits the bill because it feels very kind of warm, sort of coming from a warm country like Cuba or something. So let's say it's the juice from grapes is used to make wine. So raisins won't work. No juice. Yes, I don't know because raisins is just dried grapes. I don't know how you turn into wine. And Monique says ginger beer is more Jamaican or Spanish. So is it alcoholic? I think that's probably different from ginger ale, right? Let me take another piece of chocolate and try not to create another stain. I think 2 is plenty. Yes, ginger ale is a soft drink, but really sweet. Alison says shops now sell bags of wonky fruits. How dare you call them wonky? And veg is supposedly cheaper, but it's now a thing. It costs as much as non-wonky stuff. So what's the point? What's the point if they're not cheaper? Why would you want to buy the wonky ones? The poor veggies. Cindy, hello. Cindy says, happy Sunday, everyone. Just returned home from seeing Odyssey. I enjoyed it. Which film is that? Is it a film? Odyssey. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Is it cinema? A good old-fashioned cinema experience, which I have not experienced for a long time. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I'll come back to my mission today. Yum yum. Starlet says, no fret, too bad. If you can't get it all, at least it will all be covered with stitches. I know. The next bit, I'm going to continue to cover up the crime scene here. I can't believe it. I think I probably had the crumbs in my hand without realizing. Alison says ginger beer is just another soft drink. It's lovely, almost spicy drink. Love with some lime in it. So is ginger beer, ginger ale, are they 2 different things? I have no idea. I have had ginger ale. It's way too sweet for me, and it's not alcoholic. Yes, I know. I need some sort of protection. Maybe someone can invent something that can just, cover. But that's not good because this is not as bad as if I have the chocolate on top of the stitch area. That would be disastrous, you know. But still, at the end, you know, once I finish everything, I can give it a wash. It's gonna come out. You know, it's good quality chocolate. It melts. Daria says at our supermarket, there's a section in the veggie aisle called Odd Bunch. Oh, I love it. I've never seen that in my local supermarket. The Odd Bunch, these are vegetables in odd shapes, but still taste good. Are they cheaper? That's the whole thing. If they're cheaper, I really do not care what shapes they are. You know, if they're, but if they're the same price, what's the point? Heather says ginger beer is made from fresh ginger. My father-in-law made some and bottled it before it had finished fermentation. So, right, so it's semi-fermented. And, oh, what? All the bottles exploded. What? This is why they tell people not to make wine at home. This is what happens. Wow. So they just exploded. Is that supposed to be like that? Or something happened? Sola says, how do you have gin and tonic? You have gin and tonic, yes? Yes, I remember I was really into gin and tonic when I first out of college, and I had my favorite is Gordon gin, and it tastes really, really nice. It smells nice as well. When you open a bottle, you've got really, really strong sort of, you know, I think gin is, what plant is it? I can't remember. And it tastes really good. And also I mix it with not the plain soda water. There is one that's got slight sweetness, but not sugary. And it's fizzy, and a huge squeeze of lemon and ice cubes. That's it. I have not had gin and tonic for ages because, you know, first of all, I have not drunk for ages, but also, even when I was drinking the final few years, I was mostly a wine drinker. I didn't really drink beers or anything. I mostly wine. Sola says, agave is not a cactus, it's a succulent. I have no idea. No idea of the difference. Susan. Oh, Susan, just have to, you know, always have to bring up the sore point. Susan says, have you thought about covering the 2,000 stitches with chocolate yogi? I have not, but I can think about that. Should I think about it? Should I just make chocolate sauce, you know, like melted chocolate sauce, and just drizzle over my Gecko Rouge project? At least it looks delicious, right? If nothing at all. Then she says, no more talking when you're sucking on chocolate. No, this bits, no, I have to clarify, okay? Just for the record, these bits did not come out of my mouth, okay, Betty? I'm not that bad. I think they're stuck on my fingers without me knowing. This is the story I'm sticking to, okay, Betty? Work with me here. Cindy says Odyssey is in cinemas. What is the story about? You know that there's one movie I am interested in watching. The one with not Stephen Fry. Oh, Steven Spielberg. You know the one about with aliens. What is it called? Is it called Discover? Discovery? No. You know the one I'm talking about. I think it's in the cinema now. I might wait till it comes to Prime or something. I don't know. But I like to watch that one because it's got that lady from all the names. The lady from Devil Wears Prada. I like her. And I like the movie, the scene. You know the movie I'm talking about with Steven Spielberg, the new one? So the wonky vegetables are cheaper. That makes sense. But like, you know, like Alison says, if they're the same price, then what's the point? Heather says ginger beer can be alcoholic or non-alcoholic. And is it the same as ginger ale? Or is it a different thing? Sola says gin is made from vodka with some spices. No, I think it's made with a plant. Gin. Yes, guys. Google. What's gin made of? I used to know, but I can't remember. There's a plant. There's a plant. Because I know the plant because there's essential oil of that plant as well. But I can't remember what it is. I won't know when I hear it. No, gin is not made with vodka. Cindy says, I love gin and tonic, but I only have one a couple of times a year, as alcohol doesn't agree with me. Yes, you know, when I had gin and tonic, I had it pretty strong as well. Because you put, you know, normally you put ice cubes in it, so it kind of dilutes it a little bit. And I like the gin flavor. So I normally, in terms of ratio, you know, I have a lot of gin and some tonic. No, it's not Anne Hathaway. The other lady, the British one. She's really funny as well. I'm pretty sure gin is made with something else. It's not made with potatoes. Oh, juniper berry, that's it. Isn't it? Or has it got potatoes as well? Or maybe juniper berry is the spice. I don't know. Rachel Morton says you need a bib. You can cover the tissue while you're eating. Or maybe a mask, a facial mask to cover my mouth. Okay, you know, let me just stress it one more time. The chocolate did not come out of my mouth, okay? Heather says alcoholic drinks are not bottled until the fermentation of the yeast as they finish. If they're bottled too soon, keeps fermenting and it will explode. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So it's probably lack of experience, right? So they bottle the wine, the alcohol, In the bottle, I keep it out the bottle too soon. I get it. Yes, totally. Because when you ferment, and the fermentation process creates fizz and everything. Ah, that makes sense. I'm glad there was no disasters. So like exactly, grey chocolates, they're very crumbly and also they melt so quickly. So Samantha says, all this talk about alcohol drinks, I'm headed to the Mexican restaurant to have a soft serve margarita. I hope you enjoy it. Yes. Yeah, but the thing is, we talk about kale quite frequently as well. I don't see the stitchers just, running out of the door buying kale. How does that work? Ah, okay, solar. Yes. So juniper berries is the spice that you're talking about. So gin is actually vodka. I didn't know that. I kept thinking juniper berry is the main ingredients. Yes. So I think what I love about gin is that juniper berry flavor because vodka doesn't really smell anything or taste anything. Rachel says you need a grime guard to cover the entire stitching. That wouldn't be grime guard, that would be a whip guard. The whole lot. Just covering the whole lot. Disclosure Day, that's the one. Yes, that's the one. I'd like to see that one. But I don't know if I'm motivated enough to go to the cinema. I think that one might be a good one to watch in the cinema, right? It's like sci-fi film. Grace says, Yogi, did you see my last two questions? No. Did I not read it? What are they? What questions? Hang on, let me finish this stitch. Oh dear, it doesn't like me. Needle says maybe put a tablecloth or napkin over the stitching while eating chocolate. Over wipe on napkin before touching stitching. Yes, I could do all of these things, but maybe I won't. Well, the thing is, it's a little bit like if you read a book, right? And as you're reading the book, you may have tea stain, coffee stain, God knows what, on the pages. And when you look back and flip through the pages 20 years later, you see those stains and remember, oh, that day I was reading this particular passage or page and I was drinking this beautiful coffee, stuff like that. And so the chocolate stains is kind of equivalent of that. I'm going to look back on this piece. If the chocolate stains are not covered properly, at least I have fond memories about eating chocolate, right? It's sentimental. Right. No, now I'm learning something new. Now I know gin is actually vodka. Monique, no, I'm talking about the other lady. What's her name? The British lady that plays. So she's in Disclosure. I think she plays some sort of newsreader or something. All right, let me take another piece. I can't remember her name. Emma Bumpton, or something like that. Is it Emma? She plays the assistant in Devil. Emma Blunt. Emily Blunt. So who's Emma Brompton? I have no idea. Emily Blunt. That's it. That's her. She's in Disclosure. Who's Emma Brompton? Sounds familiar. And Cindy says Homer's The Odyssey is an ancient Greek epic poem. Follow Greek king Odysseus of I can't pronounce it, on his 10-year-old journey home after the Trojan War, Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon star in the movie. Oh, I like Matt Damon. I like them both. I'm not aware of the movie, but and was it good? Spice Girls. Why, Christina? Slightly random. And Grace, I'm trying to look back to your questions. I don't know which ones are you referring to. Trying to scroll back if I can find it. If not, you can ask again if you don't mind. I'm trying to find your comments. I can't see anything. All right. I'm going to try to finish the loose stitches around here. And, you know, it's going to be easy peasy. Should I zoom in a little bit more? Oh, Emma Bumpton. Okay, it's Baby Spies. Yes, the name kind of just, you know, kind of just came out, but I have no idea who it is. It just sounds familiar. Emma Bumpton, of course. Yes, it's one of the Spice Girls. What are they doing nowadays, I wonder? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Chad. Emma Bumpton is a Spice Girl. The blonde one, right? Not so baby anymore. They're probably in their 50s, right? Spice Girls. Utterly shocking. I mean, my favorite one was Sports Spies. The sporty one. Susan says they're probably still counting their money. Do you think? Do you think they're getting that much money nowadays? Because, you know, the newer generation probably don't even know who they are. And I don't really hear their music being played anywhere. But then again, you know. Monique says, love the Spice Girls World movie. I'm such a fan of them when I was younger, still is. There's a movie. I I don't know. You mean like later on, or Spice Girls World movie? I remember there was one like years and years ago. I don't think it's that uncommon for royalties for them to marry very close, like, families, sisters, cousins, and or even, like parents. Dear, oh dear. Yes, I think I saw a documentary about, I'm trying to think, maybe French royal family. They're trying to preserve the purity of the blood so much. They're literally just marrying each other all over the place. And they just produce a lot of deformed human beings, with long jaws and strange features and a lot of health issues. And a lot of them don't live very long, didn't live very long at all. It's quite messed up, isn't it? The foolishness of human thinking that's pure. But it's, the nature thinks otherwise. Betty says, I might be closer to 60. I mean, I wasn't one older than the rest. I think they're probably, yes, maybe they're probably in the late 50s, if not over 60. I'm trying to think Victoria Beckham. I mean, she looks strange, but she doesn't look that old. I mean, she's got slightly different issues than aging, but you know what I mean. And I wonder what they're doing nowadays. I know Victoria Beckham, she's doing fashion and stuff like that. But the other ones, I have no idea. And I remember they got together, like reunited for the London Olympic. When was that? I think was it 2000? Oh, I can't remember. Ages ago. Monique says Mel B got married, has 3 daughters. Mel B is the scary spies, isn't it? Oh, was it 2012? That's like forever ago. Utterly scary. Yes, Victoria Beckham is married to a footballer. Oh, but there's one more, the ginger spice. No idea what she's doing nowadays. And a baby one as well, to be honest. Yes, also the sporty spice. It's quite weird. I don't know, because when you have that much success, when you were when they were quite young, actually, they're probably in the early 20s when all of this happened. The problem is, you know, music industry and also maybe show business in general. They don't always last. So a lot of them, they peak when they're very young. They become famous, and then for the rest of their lives, because for the rest of us, we grow, throughout the years, and we may have to work really hard in the early 20s, try to build something, and after that we evolve and life gets better for most of us, right? Maybe different, but a lot of us learn from the life experience. It becomes richer, it becomes more fulfilled, and you do more things. But for fame, and things like being famous and being successful in music and show business or even movies, you're basically a lot, particularly musicians, you find that they peak at around their 20s, and they spend the rest of their lives trying to recapture that success. I just find that so quite sad in some ways. Some musicians, they have longevity, they can just keep going. A lot of musicians, they can do that, but most of them can't. Particularly in pop, the trend changes, and things like Spice Girls, a lot of boy bands, they just turn into they just struggle for the rest of their lives unless they just leave the business and go and do something else. But if you stay in the business, you are spending your whole life trying to recapture the kind of split moments of success, and because that's what people know you for, you can't escape it. If you think of Spice Girls, you think about them just being the way they were. They dance a certain way, they sing a certain way. Even if now, they're totally different human beings. They have to, they have to repeat and do all that in order for people to recognize who they are. I think it's quite sad, but it takes courage to move on, right? Some people can, but most of the people want to sort of hang on to whatever it is they're doing when they're very young. And I kind of wonder, the guy in Sex Pistols, whatever his name is, I don't know. A lot of them probably don't turn out very well. A little bit messed up. Just one more stitch. I think I've stitched all the stitches within this area. And I'm going to mark them so I get some idea of how many stitches I've got left. Lovely. I think I've probably covered. These are stitched, right? They look very pale, but they're all stitched. So I'm gonna go and mark those stitches. So I get a update on my stitch count. Here we go. I think these ones are not stitched yet. Let me see. Red. And one stitch here. I've done a fair bit. I've done a fair bit. Look, I've got a few more I've done here. These ones I've done. All right. So the new stitch count that I've got, I think is fairly accurate. I've got 479 stitches to go. It's 11:30. I've got 1 hour roughly to go. All right, Yomari, here I come. Thank you, Monique. Yes, Monique has confidence that I'm going to do 500 stitches in 1 hour. Of course, Monique, I can do it. So let me zoom out here. So I am going to work from top down here. Whoops. Oh, I just love pulling the threads. I love to be able to do some back stitching. Right, so I've got 479 stitches to go, and Solar has 75,092 stitches to go. I think I probably are going to get it done a little bit quicker, a little bit sooner than Solar. I don't know. This is just so relaxing to do. Because sometimes, depends on the pattern, the last colors, it doesn't necessarily have this number of stitches. You know, you could have 120 alien. Oh, Andreas, have you been baking as well? Andreas's banana bread just came out of the oven. Have you been baking? Did you start baking because we were talking about banana bread? Wow. You had all ingredients. That sounds delicious. I'm gonna bake some banana bread for sure. I've decided. The next chocolate break is going to be banana bread break. Something like that. I'm gonna find a good recipe. And also the great thing about baking is that most baked items, cakes, bread, you can bake a larger batch and then just freeze them, right? Because particularly with small household like my Mr. Yogi, we don't eat huge amount of food. So, but baking is a little bit of a, I wouldn't say hassle, but it takes a little bit of effort. So you can bake more and then just freeze whatever's left over. Oh, I think I've got bits stuck in the back. Never mind. And you can just freeze. I freeze my bread a lot, but the key point, the key thing is to freeze while the bread is still fresh. You don't want to wait till it's stale and then try to freeze it. So I always trying to, if I get like a loaf, we literally just take out a few slices, leave them in room temperature, and freeze the rest. And frozen bread is totally fine once you warm them up or toast them. They're exactly the same. So bread is really handy, and cakes as well. I have frozen cakes as well. Wow, Andreas, that's really impressive. Andreas literally went to the kitchen, listening to the chat about banana bread and started baking, and now she's got a loaf of banana bread in front of her. Andreas, this is what it is, okay? You know, it's like a dream coming true. And dream is all about an idea that you have in your head. And Andreas has manifested her dream. The banana bread dream is coming true in front of her. I am so impressed. And did you use the recipe Samantha has used, or maybe you have your own? And if anybody has got a good dairy-free vegan recipe for banana bread, please share. I'm sure I probably have some old ones lying about. I just need to dig them out because I have baked banana bread before. Monique says, I can smell it from here. Banana bread. I think the next thing, all the stitches are going to do is baking banana bread. I think homemade banana bread is so much better. I mean, banana bread is not that easy to find in bakeries, not that I know of. But home-baked banana bread is great. I've got a lot of leftover frozen bananas. Betty says, I like watching the team Bananas play baseball. Is there a baseball team called Bananas? Why are they called Bananas? Jeannie says, I'm back, had to go to Walmart. Did you get some banana bread? Of course you had to go to Walmart. You have to report to them every day, otherwise they get worried. They're going, where's Janine and her husband? We haven't seen them for at least 24 hours. Where are they? Michelle says, I want to go watch the banana team play. What is banana team? Like baseball? Because most sports team, they name after some sort of brand or something. I don't know. Like sponsors and stuff. Are they sponsored by bananas? Andrea says, I have my own recipe. It takes 9. It makes 9 mini loaves. 9. How many are they? Half were made with chocolate chips and the other half with spiced rum. My goodness. Guys, are you listening? Oh dear, this is so triggering. I need to go and make some banana bread. So what kind of a spice in spiced rum? Cinnamon? And Soko JS says, this is very random questions. We like random questions, Soko. And she says, but Yogi, have you seen the fabulous movie The Holiday? It's my dream to visit that village. The Holidays. The Holiday. The movie. I have no idea. Is it a new movie, old movie? And there's a village in the movie. So look, the answer is no. I don't think I've seen the movie called The Holiday. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit. Maybe some stitchers have seen it. So I presume it's a British film with a village in a movie. And Betty says they're so fun, referring to the banana team. They were in Knoxville and it was a blast. Are they proper baseball team? Why are they so fun comparing to others? Do they dress like bananas? And Starlet Stitcher says, we have a lady at church who bake and bring banana bread almost every Sunday. Oh, that's lovely. That's a great thing about church. I'm not religious, but, I have been invited to go to church services on Sundays and people bring food. In London, that feels so alien because, people tend not to do that with people they don't know. But it's such a community in the church and they all know each other and they all, bring their own food and share together. I love that though. That is so nice. Ginny says not every day. Sometimes twice a day. And Michelle says, they say the Banana League is constantly sold out. So it's a league, is it? So what's a league? Has a league got multiple teams or just one team? I have no idea. Me and sports, we don't see eye to eye. I know you're mostly chasing a ball of some sort. And sometimes you kick the ball, sometimes you hit the ball with a weapon. And yeah, sounds like fun. Nido says, I have posted my mushroom on Facebook group. That's a bit random. We like it. Let's have a look at Nido's mushrooms. We like random things. Oh, okay. So Needles is Maria, is it? So the mushroom, okay, I was thinking about real mushrooms. So this is a mushroom. Is this you? A magic mushroom? Oh, the side quest. Because when you say magic mushroom, I was thinking about the piece Komari stitching, like magic mushroom village. So you're literally making a mushroom like this. So this is embroidery. That's a lot of floss. And a butterfly, and so this is the mock-up, is it? And this is where you are. Wow, that's a lot of floss on the fabric. Because I'm always thinking DMC terms. I'm just thinking, how many scans of DMC do you need? And did you make this butterfly as well? That is so sweet. And it's going to turn into, is it a needle thingy? Oh yes, pincushion. That is very sweet. You just need to make some sort of grassy bits, some dandelion from the garden. Thank you for sharing it. It's very pretty. So that's the side quest Nido has been doing. And Michelle says it's like the Harlem Globetrotters before baseball. That's not helping me, Michelle. I have no idea what they are. So are they like the comedian version of baseball players? So Carl says, The Holiday is based in England with Kate Winslet. Okay, so it's not that old as a film. It's a new film. Jude Law, Cameron Diaz, Jack Black. But they're Americans. Cameron Diaz and Jack Black. It's amazing. You must see it. It's in a new film. It's a new film. I have no idea. And if it's really old, I don't have any idea either. I'm just not following this movie news. But that sounds lovely. Why is it so great then? It sounds a little bit Christmassy. Is it Christmassy? And it's a village. Do you know the name of the village? Is it a real village or is it fictional village? And she says, SoCal says, they say the filming location including Cher and Godalming. I have no idea where they are. So are they real locations? Anybody knows, Susan? Andrea says, my spice rum has vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. What is allspice anyway? Allspice, I thought allspice has got all the spices, no? Monique loves that movie as well. What kind of story is it? Is it more like a family film? Or is it a murder story? The Holiday murder story. Lona has seen it as well. I love The Holiday, she says. So, wow, everybody's watching Holiday. Is it a recent film? Michelle, Michelle says, Yogi, you have to do your homework on American pop culture. I know I'm way behind. Yes. If I had to take an exam, I'd probably score 10. But I'm learning a lot from the chat, though. I'm learning a lot from culture from all over the world. Monique says baseball is like cricket, except baseball hit the ball with a bat instead of a flat paddle. Yes, I know baseball bat. That much I know. I wouldn't say I'm familiar with the rules and everything, but baseball, yes, I know it's a thing. But I don't think I ever watched a baseball game, ever. But then again, I don't watch football either, so. Wow, everybody have seen that film. How old is the film? Susan says, I've heard of Godwin, but not Cher. It's probably fictional. Oh, it is a Christmas film. Soko says the holidays based around Christmas, New Year, where Kate Winslet suffers from unrequited love, of course. And she basically runs away from England, and trades places with Cameron Diaz. Are we talking about period drama? Are we talking about like modern time? Why does she have to run away from England? You can just have a holiday and trade places with Cameron Diaz. Is it like swapping wife kind of situation? Is it like some sort of the reality TVs, they people swap lifestyles. Is it a wife swapping story? Ah, Monique says they swap lives in and live where each other's lives. Are we talking about like what time period are we talking about? So it's a Christmassy romantic film. Yes, I think there are quite a few, isn't it? So like Love Actually, and there's the other one with Hugh Grant. It's very ancient. There are a lot of sort of this type of films. And they're always very popular around Christmas. Oh, so it's made back in 2006. I seriously have never heard of it. I've never heard of it. I'm familiar with all the actors, but I have never heard of the film. It's quite interesting because Love Actually, etc. They're played every Christmas and New Year, etc. But I don't think I've ever noticed this film. Interesting. And did you watch the film back in 2006? And I have very good reason to ask that. So let me know. Did you guys all watch this film back in 2006? Or much later on? Soko says the storyline of the old man that runs through the film. Oh, so is it like a guy recalling his life in the past, that kind of film? So are we talking about period drama? And also Cameron Diaz, she hasn't done anything for a long time, so. Rachel Morton says, I've not seen the movie, but I have heard of it. And when was the last time you heard of it? Trust me, I have very good reason to ask that. When did you first heard of the movie or watch this movie? Betty Hankins says, basically, they swap houses for the holiday to escape their sadness. Oh, so it's like, what is it called? The house swap thing. Okay, to escape from the location, is it? So they're not swapping partners. That's a different kind of film. Maybe not a family film. Soko says in the modern movie, Cameron Diaz leaves her big Beverly Hills mansion because of her boyfriend just cheated, and then Kate Winslet flees to London flees London to Beverly Hills because her love just proposed to another woman. Ha. Huh. And she says, so much better than Love Actually. Interesting. I have never heard of this film. And so both women, they basically got cheated. One has got cheated, one is kind of cheated, but basically abandoned, rejected by their partner. And they swap location to escape the sadness. And let me guess, both of them met someone else, right? They meet, the British lady meets an American guy, and the American lady meets a British guy, and they fall in love, and that's it. And it's Christmas. I got it. I've got it. I don't need to watch it. Well, the thing is, Love Actually is actually a little bit sad, isn't it? It's about betrayal, and there are a lot of things that's unhappy. But for some reason, it's a Christmas film. I think any movie's got Christmas in it, potentially can be a Christmas film. They probably have that in mind. You know, it's like having a song that's got Christmas theme. You can be, you can bet they'll probably play the songs during Christmas. Lona says, I can't count how many times I've watched The Holiday. That is so bizarre. I literally have not heard of the film ever. And I know all the actors. But 2006 is a little bit, way back. I don't know. Janine says movies are predictable, aren't they? So I was right, because how else you're going to move forward with a movie like that? Have their heart broken again, and they swap back. That wouldn't be a very uplifting movie. No, Soko says, I think I watched it for over 50 times. When was the first time you watched it, though? Because sometimes, when I come across content on YouTube, I kind of have my suspicion, and this is linking back to my theory about the universe. I think it's possible that it's simulated. And if it is simulated well, meaning that, it's just data and being uploaded to the database. So a lot of things I come across on YouTube, they claim it's been around for a long time, but I don't believe it. The other day I came across this lady, I can't remember her name, never heard of her ever. And she's supposed to have this performance and hit song. I don't know. I can't remember when that was supposed to be. It was like 2012 or something like that. I literally have not heard of this person ever. And it was, algorithm just decided to promote that video and claim that performance was done back in, I don't know, 2012 or something. And this person is actually quite famous. I've never heard of this lady. And so I think what happened was they just uploaded that bit of data and put a date on it to give you the impression that she's been around for a long time. Actually, she hasn't. She's a newly invented content, because I was reading the comments. It wasn't just me. Every single person commented on that piece of content. They go, how come I only come across this video, like God knows how many years later, and I have never heard of this person? Everybody was saying the same thing. Okay, it's my theory, all right? And it's simulated well. Sometimes they just randomly upload bits and pieces and pretend them to be very old. Soko says, I definitely did not watch it when it first came out. Oh, there you go. That's my theory. Okay. And Soko says it was years later after it came out. But once I saw it the first time and went on repeat many, many times. With that kind of cast, they're all A-list actors. I would be, and also it's a decent movie according to those of you who have seen the movie. I would be asking why it wasn't a global hit like the Hugh Grant movie or something. I just never ever heard of it ever until today. Monique says, I watched when it came out. Okay, that's my theory crumbling in front of me. Monique, are you saying you saw the film in the cinema back in 2006? If that's the case, okay. My theory is just, crumbling. Andrea says, I never saw it. I don't watch many movies or much television. I'm a book reader. Well, the thing is, 2006. I'm trying to think. Yes, because I watch less and less movies, the recent years. But I think if there's a hit movie, I'll probably be aware of it. Soko says it was a big hit, Yogi. You must find it and watch it. How can it be a big hit and I just never heard of it? I don't believe you, Soko. I think it was implanted in your brain through the database of the universe. That's my theory. Okay, I'm sticking with it. Monique says on DVD. Oh yes, 2026 it will probably be on DVD of some kind. Oh, the good old-fashioned DVD. The Scarlet says, I did watch it the year it came out. I know because it was a year before I married my ex-husband. You will remember that. Well, there's a long story behind it, I bet. It was the year before I married my ex-husband. It was so long ago, I can't remember exact details of the movie. I think your story is probably more interesting than the movie. And all right then. So if you have watched when it came out freshly from the oven, then my theory is broken. But Michelle says, I didn't watch it until later. So everybody's watched it. How strange. I literally have never heard of it. And I like all those actors. All of them. Kate Winslet. What's the other guy? Jude Law. And also if you look at the cast, I can guess. Okay, let me match. Let me do the match. Okay, so Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz, they both got betrayed or rejected by their partners. They swapped places, and Kate Winslet ended up with what's the other guy? The male actor. I know for sure Cameron Diaz is probably ended up with Jude Law, right? And what's the other actor? I can't remember. It's like musical chair. There are only so many chairs. They have to sit in one of them. And there are only 4 actors. I can't remember the other male actor is. But it's got to be American, British. It's a genre, American girls meeting a British guy, or the other way around. It's a thing. I think we have to blame Hugh Grant for that. And Scarlett says, and I definitely watched it before we got married, so it would have been the same year of early 2007. All right. Yeah. Betty says, our streaming service and watch it. It's probably on Prime somewhere, I'm guessing. I'm going to take 2 more strands. Michelle says they play it over and over every year. I don't know. Maybe, I'm guessing, if they've been playing this film over and over every year, I'll probably put it down to the fact that the name is so generic. If I look at a movie that says The Holiday, I probably wouldn't watch it. I probably just presume it's some sort of, Santa Claus movie or something. Literally. I would not know. Soko says, Cher Village is in Surrey. Oh, Surrey, that's not far from London. It sounds west of London-ish. It's outside London, but so it's not that far away. Yes, Surrey is quite a what's the word? Quite a nice area for a lot of slightly wealthy people. living there. I don't know if they're super rich or not, but it's kind of a nice place. If you want a kind of a big house, you move to Surrey. Sola says, I find movies to be too predictable. However, I want to see Odyssey. I think it's probably a balance in between because when people go to see a movie, first of all, they already tell you what genre the movie is. Do they not? Just like books, for some reason, they frame it into a category. And for some reason, we feel safer watching it. Imagine if someone just, you know, get you to watch a movie without telling you anything about a movie, what kind of movie it is. So you have no framework in terms of what you're about to see. So movies, just like books, you've got horror, you've got comedy, you've got whatever it is. And somehow we feel better about that because then we know what to expect. And I think movie plot as well, I think the audience might feel a little bit mad if it's totally unpredictable, unless it's just such a great story. Imagine if you go to watch this movie Holiday and you're under the impression it's a romantic movie and it turned into a murder movie. That's unpredictable, but I don't know how you feel about that. It just turned into a triple murder. And sci-fi as well. Some of them run into aliens, and you know, and maybe run away with aliens, and move to another planet, and that's unpredictable. But I'm not sure if the audience will be too happy about that. So if movies are predictable, that's probably our fault because they probably think the audience want something that, you know, that's within their expectations. Jeannie says, I have not seen it, but always almost watch it. I love Jude Law. Yes. He was very good in the one with Matt Damon, you know, the one I'm talking about, that he plays. Oh, Mr. Ripley, whatever it is. He was a little bit scary, but very handsome. Oh, Jack Black. Yes, that's a strange match, isn't it, Monique? Jack Black and Kate Winslet. Maybe back then Jack Black was a little bit more like a leading man. But that's an interesting combination. I like Jack Black. That's an interesting choice. Yes, it's got to be. It's got to be a Brit, an American, right? Can you imagine they just swap back two Americans and two British. Michelle says, doesn't one of the girls end up with others' brother or neighbor? Well, the holidays are we talking about? Michelle says, it would only be surprised for the first round of audience with social media. Any surprises will be exposed. But I think it's about knowing what you're getting, right? It's like, you know, if you get a box of chocolate, yes, there are different flavors, but you know you're getting chocolate. If you get a box of chocolate and you open it, you've got, I don't know, Turkish delight and some bacon. I'm not sure how you feel about that. Betty says, I think we've watched too many and watch too many movies and read too many books if they become predictable or we've grown. Yes, because there are only so many elements of life that you can explore, right? And, you know, either it's about love or betrayal and about romance or, you know, or something that's like murder and stuff like that. There are only so many parts of life that we can explore as stories. Or maybe they're political thrillers and stuff like that. Or something that's factual, historical. There are only so many things that we can explore as stories. So eventually they kind of come back to the same place. Sola says, bacon in a box of chocolate, really? Do they also have black pudding in it? Yes, imagine if you open a box of chocolate, and we know that, you know, you don't know what you get with a box of chocolate. And indeed, you get some bacon and maybe some black pudding as well. Who knows? And I don't think people are going to be too thrilled about that. Betty says they do make chocolate covered bacon. Really? Well, there you go. So that's within your expectations. Maybe you won't be too shocked. But I'm not sure about black pudding. Is black pudding pushing the boundary a little bit? Some kale? Kale covered chocolate? How's that? Would you fall off your chair if you open a box of chocolate? Oh my God, there's some kale chips covered with chocolate. Sounds good to me. Moni says, I love bacon, but do you love bacon covered, well, chocolate covered bacon? That's not the point though, but would you want to find bacon in the box of chocolate? Focus, guys, focus. It's okay that you like bacon. That's good. Asia says, I know someone that thought they were eating chocolate, but was actually chocolate flavor laxative. Why would he do such thing? Why would anybody eating laxative and not know it's laxative? Seriously. Moni, that's not a point. Yes, bacon sandwiches can be quite delicious. Soko says, Yogi, I was trying to find a score frame that would be more affordable, and I saw a YouTube video of a woman who built one using PVC piping. I might give it a go. PVC piping, like plastic piping. But how do you keep it, how do you turn it into a frame? Wow. I bet you can probably, if you're quite handy with carpentry, you can probably build one yourself, can't you? Because it's really just some wood sticks joined together, I think. You know, that's all it is. And you can screw them. Because the mechanic part of it is very simple, isn't it? Susan says, kale covered chocolate, demand my money back. Exactly, that you made my point, Susan. Imagine, because people, we have this expression saying, you know, life is a box of chocolate, you don't know what you get. You do, because you get chocolate. But imagine if you get kale and bacon covered chocolate in it. Now that's a surprise. Are you ready for that? Moni says, I used to be confused by chocolate laxatives. By I thought they were chocolate chews. Why would you not know? They're laxatives that look like chocolate. Why would they do such thing? Amanda says one of my kids love chocolate bars with bacon bits in them when they're little. Well, they have fine taste. They're very adventurous with their food. Because kids normally don't like anything that's kind of unusual, do they? And Texas Sunshine Cowgirl says, in Texas, we have deep fried bacon. Oh, so yummy. Now we're talking about bacon. Deep fried bacon doesn't sound that controversial to me. Because, you know, it looks like something you should maybe deep fry. With batter or without? Are we talking about just like frying in a lot of oil? Or is it covered in batter? I need to know. Oh, wow. So we can literally put a frame together. And PVC piping, I'm guessing, it's a lot lighter, isn't it? But what do you use to clip the fabric on the pipes? I guess you can probably use something like from Q-snaps. Right, right. So the person actually use the clips from Q-snaps. So if they fit the size, then yeah, literally. I think Q-snaps literally just, you know, the frames are like pipes that join together, isn't it? That's basically it. I think if you're a little bit handy, you can definitely create one yourself. But how do you join the pipes together? Passion says bacon is great done on the grill. All the excess fat drained off. But we're just talking about bacon being deep fried. So there's, you know, it's very confusing. So do we want bacon with a lot of oil or not? Bacon makes its own grease. Really handy. But deep frying is still happening with bacon. But what do you guys think about my theory about the simulated universe. Sometimes they just upload random, data, pretending it's been around for a long time, but you never heard of it. You just go, where does this even come from? Do you not come across stuff like that? And you kind of presume everybody knows, but when you read the comments, no one has ever heard of anything like that. That cannot be coincidence. Come on, follow me. Nido says in high school, a couple of girls made a cake with laxative chocolate and gave them to the teachers to get out of a test and homework. Needless to say, they had detention of the teachers and diarrhea. Well, it could be criminal. They're lucky. They weren't reported to the police. But how did they find out? I mean, how does teachers having diarrhea prevent them from having tests? It's not like, the teachers cannot go to the loo when you're having a test. That's not a very clever idea at all. It probably explains everything. Sunshine Cargo says, you batter the bacon like you do with chicken fried steaks. Well, there you go. So somebody said, you have to remove the grease from bacon so it's crispy. But no, we're putting the oil back, the fat back to bacon, okay? Back to where it is. Let's deep fry the bacon. And Andrea says we've had bacon covered in pancake batter and fried. And drizzled with maple syrup, of course. Yes, it has to be done. Why not? Sweet bacon, battered bacon. Well, I think everything can technically be battered and deep fried. Name one thing that cannot be done. Even ice cream, you can deep fry. There's nothing on the planet you cannot deep fry. Ice cube, okay. Ice cube is probably not a great candidate. But I bet someone somewhere has probably done it. Amanda says, Yogi, I don't think we're living in the Matrix. Prove that to me, Amanda. I do not believe you. How do you know? If you're in the Matrix, you wouldn't know. Maybe you've taken a blue pill. You choose not to know. I don't know. I probably didn't take any pill. That's why I'm swinging both sides. Susan says, I think you need to broaden your outlook, Yogi. How dare you, Susan? My outlook is pretty broad, I think. And Sola says, the only thing I can think of that was old, that was presented as new, was about Pluto. It was presented as not being a planet, but I know about that for a long time. Did they just come out and go, it's a planet? Oh, it's not a planet. I don't know. Solar, maybe you've got the memory from another dimension before they send you over to this one. And it's a glitch. It's a glitch in the database. So in this dimension, that's supposed to be a new data. But you knew it already from another dimension that you came from. But you know the theory about parallel universe, parallel universes is basically when something happens, literally, you know, because sometimes we think we make a choice. Let's say you go to a restaurant, you pick, you know, I don't know, chicken salad or whatever it is. But in other parallel universes, you literally picked every single item from the menu. Every single possibility is there, out there. So the differences, I think, in my mind, is about all the parallel universes. They're just different dimensions. And sometimes when I'm stuck with not having a solution about something, or there's certain things that happened that's not ideal, let's put it that way, and I tend to ask the universe to shift me into a different dimension, to the one that's more preferable, if that makes sense. Let's say if certain things not going, or I like, in my mind, I prefer a certain outcome, and I will ask the universe to take me to that particular dimension. And Soko says, sometimes I get deja vu. It freaks me out. Maybe deja vu is just all the residue of all the parallel universes that somehow left in your brain. Do not ask me, I'm not a scientist. And it's just my theory, okay? It's my theory. Solar says there was a deep fried beer some time ago. How did they do that? Did they turn into ice cubes and deep fry it? Amanda says, stand by, Pluto is a planet to this day and always will. So are they saying Pluto is not a planet anymore? I wasn't aware it was one way or the other, I have to say. So I'm neutral with that information. So to be a planet, do you need to have satellite? Is that what's the criteria for being a planet? We are a planet, in theory. Yes, so cool. I think deja vu is a glitch. Depending on what depends on your belief system. I think deja vu could be I don't know. Deja vu could be that everything that has happened, that it's about to happen, actually have already happened. And you're simply, maybe it's glitching, you're getting the data you're not supposed to have. Because deja vu is about experiencing things that are supposed to be new, but it feels like you already know. You've been there before. Maybe you have. Oh, so now they say Pluto is a planet. I don't mind either way. See you later, Susan. See you Tuesday. See you Tuesday. Night night. Sweet dream. But you know what? Talking about the deep fried beard, I did see a video, maybe on YouTube, about a fair. I think in Texas. I'm pretty sure it's like a fun fair thingy, And no, it's a deep fry fair. It's like a thing, and everything there is deep fried. I was very impressed. It's like giant kind of potato sticks, deep fried, everything deep fried. And the cakes deep fried, battered and deep fried. Okay, I'm going to stitch until I run out of this piece because it's 12:30, okay? And I'll try to give you some stitch count. It's tricky because let me see if I can mark these as well. I would like to know how many I've got left, but so these ones are done. And 1, 2. These ones are done actually. Let me see if I can actually mark the ones I've done. So up to this point. Oh, hang on. Okay, and a little bit more up to here. And these 3 as well. Yes, Andrea says Texas State Fair. Oh, so that's the Texas State Fair. Deep fried everything. Of course. And see you later, Michelle. Night. Hope to see you on Tuesday. I'm going to just finish this bits. I've got a little bit left. And Janine says, with all the same color, at least 400 tonight. Well, I think if you look at the leftover stitches, if the number is correct, it probably give you some hint. But you can guess. And because we started off with nearly 700, okay. That'll give you some idea. Okay, I'm going to do this as the last stitch here. And let me mark them. Well, there you go. Andrea says I've stitched 500 stitches, but only one color. And how many do you think I've done? If you're doing one color, single color as well, so you're doing very similar things to me as me. And let's have a look. Wow. So all the stitches today, it's kind of happening from the top here, okay, you can see. And also I filled in this entire area with all the final colors around here, and everything else here is just filling in with the same color here, there. I don't think I did too badly, but you can't underestimate the number of stitches because I started off with nearly 700. I think 680 something, and currently, if I marked all my stitches, so let me just double check. Yes, I think I have. I've got 358 left. Let me just show you here. I've got, yes, 358 stitches left. So you can probably do some math there if your calculator is not broken. And let me just come out here just briefly. I just want to zoom out a little bit so we get to appreciate what I'm stitching today. You don't really know what's happening until I zoom out. So this is a water fountain here. This bit is supposed to be a bird. It's a little bit blurry, I know, but it's got back stitching that's coming up. So it's going to give it more definition. I think it's a little bird playing with the fountain. And really pretty here. So today, okay, I probably gave you some rough idea in terms of the stitch count. So I started out with nearly 700 and now I have 300. Whoops. And I just move the box. Hang on. Move it back. Because we need it. Yes. There. And we've got 358. Monique says 310. I don't know. Should we find out? I'm going to count down to 3, 2, and 1. Go. Wow, there you go. Not bad, Monique. You're not that far off. Today, the grand total of stitches I have done today is 324. Yay! Well done, Yogi. Okay, single color stitching, 14 count. Over 300 is not too bad, is it? So Monique is very close, and Andreas is not that far off. Yes, everybody has a calculator that's working. And so I'm very pleased. So with 300 and something stitches, it's probably another session, right? So next session, I should be able to complete this entire piece. I can probably manage that number. So I'm looking forward to it. And there are a lot of stitches, right? So thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Ginny. And thank you, Starlet, as well. And I'm really enjoying the session with you. And we had a nice chat. And I will definitely, see you on Tuesday. And so keeping yourself well and drink lots of water. I will see you on Tuesday. So from the sleepy London town, Yogi signing out. And I will see you Tuesday. Bye-bye. Nighty-night, everyone.